Hallöchen, hier ist shinysphinx. Wir spielen Exile und sind noch in der Vastiri-Wüste. Wir müssten jetzt eigentlich, glaube ich, entweder zurück oder wir gehen ins nächste Level rein und hoffen, dass da Ding ist. Da rennen immer noch welche rum. Da lang. Falsch gelaufen. Und hoffen auch, dass da ein Wegepunkt ist. Irgendwo hier hinten war die Tür. Das sieht man aber spät, ohne Witz. Tada! Wir gehen mal in das Vorgebirge und ansonsten machen wir uns halt eine Portalrolle und gehen kurz zurück und machen unsere Bonusbelohnungen ab. Oder? Sieht gerade auf jeden Fall nicht so aus, als ob wir. Hier gibt's Wölfe. Alles klar. Das haut, ey. Stirb! Ja, jetzt nicht ganz so schlimm, aber ich würde. Was ist das? Was ist das? Es sind echt viele Gegner, also so, jo, gehen wir mal so lieb und frech und komme ich nicht drauf, ne? Wir gehen einmal zurück. Wir holen uns die Belohnungen ab, hätte ich gesagt. Letzte Folge war, glaube ich, recht lang. Beste? Muss mal heute ein bisschen aufpassen. Ja, weil wir haben ja ein paar Sachen dabei, ne? Also würde ich sagen, wir machen mal diese Aufträge fertig, dass dann die nächsten wieder kommen können.
You did it! They found it, Bataris! They found it!
By the gods! Garukan's famed Stormblade.
Do you know what this means, my sweets? Once we find the right collector.
Oh, we can go anywhere. Have anything. We will be like royalty.
But the storm inside is a problem. It's too volatile in its current state.
You're right. We can't trade away a weapon of such apocalyptic nature.
This will require some pondering, my love. In the meantime, thank you, Exile. Take your pick of our stock.
Wir kriegen eine Waffe. Echt? Oh, Rüstung 131. Also jetzt nicht wirklich, die.
Have you ever heard much of the Marrakech legends?
A truly unique cosmology of strange creatures, pagan gods, and powerful treasures.
One such story talks of a magical stone dial.
A Marrakech calendar, set to detail important events in the future of our world.
General Adis, a war hero of the Empire, reported in his diaries of discovering a dial meeting that description at a dig site somewhere in the foothills.
It appears the war hero had a secret penchant for archaeologies.
But the cataclysm wiped the land clean and buried the dig site in rocks and sand. No one has been able to locate it since, nor the stone dial.
Seems that with everything that's been going on of late, knowing what's due to happen in the future could be a fairly profitable ability.
We know you would never have use for such a gift.
It would remove all the enjoyment out of adventure for someone like you.
Yet, in times such as these, us small folk could do well with a heads up if something particularly nasty were to occur. Besides, a relic like that should sit in a museum.
Or our collection.
Not be lost beneath the rubble where it benefits no one.
If you were to track the calendar down for us, we would pay you handsomely, Exile.
Yes, we are traders of antiquities after all.
Okay.
A noble legionnaire.
But a legionnaire, all the same.
Pataris and I did our research on Adis
We needed to know as much about him and his dig site as possible.
to make sure he was worth our while.
The general was an eternal commander of the Highgate Legion.
He ran a mining camp up here in the mountains. The bastard was the one responsible for controlling Karui, Maraketh, and Ezamite slaves, forcing them into the black bowels of rock fissures in search of gems.
At least he treated them fairly as human beings.
A slave is still a slave, my sweets.
For all his faults, the general appears to have been a good man for his time. It's a shame what happened to him. An even greater shame that by the sounds of things, he's come back.
Yes, we'd advise steering clear of his old camp.
Have you ever heard much of the Maraketh legends?
A truly unique cosmology of strange creatures, pagan gods, and powerful treasures.
One such story talks of a magical stone dial.
A Maraketh calendar, said to detail important events in the future of our world.
General Adis, a war hero of the Empire, reported in his diaries of discovering a dial meeting that description at a dig site somewhere in the foothills.
It appears the war hero had a secret penchant for archaeologies.
But the cataclysm wiped the land clean and buried the dig site in rocks and sand. No one has been able to locate it since, nor the stone dial.
Seems that with everything that's been going on of late, knowing what's due to happen in the future could be a fairly profitable ability.
We know you would never have use for such a gift.
It would remove all the enjoyment out of adventure for someone like you.
Yet, in times such as these, us small folk could do well with a heads up if something particularly nasty were to occur. Besides, a relic like that should sit in a museum.
Or our collection.
Not
Warum
lost beneath the rubble where
steckt
it
da, ey,
benefits no one.
Leute?
If you were to
I'm
track the
so
calendar
sorry,
down for
ey.
us, we would pay you handsomely.
Jetzt reden wir erstmal mit den anderen. Schon?
Some of the members we have come across, well, they have come back from the dead. I don't have any better way of putting it. They are no mindless zombies. Somehow, they are returning, whole. This must be why they call themselves the Immortal Syndicate. Immortality is dangerous, even in the hands of those with good intentions. Do I really need a reason? For what reason did you help the sick and dying in Lionized Watch? We do these things because no one else will. We do these things because the world has enough pain in it already. Would you have me sit idly by, watching the few good souls left on this wretched stretch of land fall into the shadows? Creation cannot occur without destruction, nor destruction without creation. Light and darkness, the two must coexist. One cannot be without the other. But forces work to break Grey-class' already precarious balance. And who but us can put it right?
Hey. Die vom Gegenständen verkaufen. Die sind nicht so schlecht, ne? Also. Abbrechen.
Blessings.
Irgendwann ist Sinn.
Maraketh Desert, an oasis lies to the east. Its waters shielded from prying eyes by a preternatural storm. The sand will rip the very flesh from your bones, should you be so foolish as to enter into its dark shroud. Yet enter you must. The goddess Shakari hides within that golden blizzard, festering with revenge as she resurrects and rebuilds her ancient army. An army that once threatened to shake the very balance of these lands. Should she be allowed to revitalize her troops, the whole of Maraketh will finally fall under the cruelty of her selfish reign. The storm is impenetrable for now, even to the likes of me, but there must be a way in. These Highgate locals, They have an affinity for the desert and harsh weather. One of them may know of a way to disperse the storm.
Oh my goodness.
A traveler on the winds, Garakan pridefully plundered the sky for its secrets. To her mind, wisdom could be found in the eye of the hurricane. Please understand that Garakan is not an evil being. She was once my friend and companion. Her beauty astonished me as her aspirations inspired me. Yet I must forgo my sentiments for the sake of humankind. Like winds erode the sandstone, Garakan has been warped by the same powers she enslaved. This is not my goddess that you shall slay. And if I continue to say it, I might very well come to believe it. I weep for my poor Garakan. Together we experienced the loftiest moments that this world could offer. Alas, it was my heavy heart that she could no longer bear. I knew her pride would one day be the storm that would ravage my precious humanity. In truth, it was for Garakan that I sowed the dark ember within the depths of Highgate. When love cannot be slain, it must be laid down to sleep. It is not something I deign to speak of often, but this goddess, this creature, she was once the flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I rose into the clouds and fell into the arms of their queen, the beautiful Garou Khan. Now, if you think that mortal marriages are difficult to navigate, try an immortal one. We parted ways, yet not before my young queen of the sands was born into this world of filth and horror. Now you see how I must suffer for the sake of humanity, to lay mine own daughter upon the sacrificial altar.
Obi, Obi. Spannend, was sie da noch rausgeholt haben. Jetzt wollten die schon wieder reden. Die wollen immer reden, oder? Wir reden.
Well, it took some time, but thanks to our Maraketh neighbors,
And their ancient traditions.
we managed a strain of thaumaturgy to remove the storm from Garukan's blade.
We even bottled it for safekeeping.
We'd rather not trust anyone with this sort of power, but perhaps you can use it to clear away that sandstorm in the desert?
Find out what sort of nasties are hiding out there in the desert and put a stop to them.
Oh my goodness. Okay, jetzt mal natürlich, Moment. Mal natürlich hin. Logo. Irgendwie war das klar, ne?
Bye.
Ah, Ilvasha.
When I received my first flower of blood, I was given to the ritual of womanhood. All young Maraketh women have to dance with a scorpion to prove themselves worthy of carrying the Dakara's spear. It is no easy task to catch a black Maraketh scorpion. Their tails are swift, their stingers sharp, their poison lethal. I made my way through the trial unscathed, but my sister, we shared a womb, came into this world together. She left it, thrashing and foaming at the mouth. Since that day, I have slept with one eye open, for fear of the scorpion's sting. And now Shakari, the mother of all black bugs, rises from the sands. Find that scuttling bitch and kill her for me and for every child, every little girl who has suffered and died by the barb of countless poisoned tails.
Okay, wir haben jetzt alle, oder? Alle. Portal ist weg, war ja klar, ne? Ist ja nicht so schlimm, wir müssen ja sowieso wieder in die Wüste. Jetzt können wir wenigstens mal ganz kurz gucken, was wir hier so eingesammelt haben. Ah, Unterstützung. Ja, wir haben so viele Gems, ey. Entschuldigt, wenn man es gehört hat. So. Zweihand Axt. Behalte ich natürlich gerne. Oi. Ist doch gar nicht so scheiße, wie ich gedacht habe. Oder nicht irgendwie? Ich weiß es nicht. Ich glaube. Ups, das war falsch. Wir gehen mal in ein Versteck von uns. Portal ist sowieso weg.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. Wir haben schon lange nicht mehr mit ihr geredet, ne?
Farewell.
Go make history.
Ja, weiß ich. Mache ich immer. Wenn ich jetzt das wieder reinmache. Oh, Geschwindigkeit, ja. Bisher unentdeckt. Echt? Bisher unentdeckt. Ich hab keinen Suffix drauf. Blitzschaden hat es. Ich habe ein Ding mit Blitz. Könnte man natürlich eigentlich auch Eis oder als Kälte nehmen, oder? Haben wir doch. Aber bringt das wirklich was? Multiplier für kritische Treffer, Betäubungsschwelle bei Gegnern, Treffen zu vergiften, Schaden mit Gift. Also Schaden mit Gift. Haben wir Gift? So. Blitzschaden, Kältewiderstand. Blitzschaden, Kälteschaden. Naja, wir können es ja eigentlich einfach nur mal ausprobieren, ne? Dann würde ich... Nur noch erst setzen, ne? Bin ich hier eigentlich ein bisschen doof. Ja, das ist halt Blitzschaden, lese ich. Was haben wir denn da? Blitzschlag? Was wäre das hier, ja? Beherrschender Schlag? Beherrschender Schlag. Ah, natürlich brauchen wir das. Das sind unsere komischen Wächter sind das. Genau. Was ist das? Eishieb. Den müssen wir natürlich dann da auf jeden Fall reinmachen. Die Folge ist schon wieder um, ne? Ja, nein, vielleicht. Ah, fast. Dann machen wir doch da einfach das nächste Mal weiter. Bisschen rumprobieren. Es wird irgendwie so. Witzig, kann ich da jetzt doch noch was drauf machen? Jetzt habe ich Waffe. Einhand. Einhand. Okay, wir machen das nächste Mal weiter. Also Leute, lasst ein Abo da, schaltet wieder ein. Jetzt heißt der Challenge Tag. Morgen. Ausrufezeichen. Ich wünsche euch viel Spaß bis dahin. Bleibt selber dann. Ciao.